from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.
Welcome back, and I cannot believe I just told everyone not to change their dial on the TV set, because nowadays we don't get off our backsides, we use the remote control. You probably even use your mobile phone to change the TV these days. Alex, what's happening in Colts footy, mate?
Well, that's true, us Colts, we use the new technology these days, Dick, but thankfully we had a victory in the Interleague, like you mentioned at the start of the show, and our very own Paul Walsh was able to catch up with the Colts Interleague coach in Mark McDowell.
We've got the victorious captain of the under-17 Colts side here with me, Mark. Good effort today by the boys up here, and took a while from the work into the game, but they really worked themselves in. You had some, it was a high-standard game, and you had some very good players. Number 20, young Casey Million up forward, covered a lot of ground, and young BJ O'Toole, I think we know his football ability and that, but any other boys you want to touch on the way the game went?
Oh, look, I think we started really ordinary, and we were actually playing a bit timid. So, the message was to, if you want to play, you've got to put your head over the ball and you've got to really commit to the side. You're representing the GDFL, etc. And look, it was a test of character for them, and they showed that they did want it, and they went in much harder and put their head over the ball. And we gradually, bit by bit, piece by piece, slowly got over the top of the opposition and ended up having a really hard-fought win.
Yeah, Mark, it was good, a high-standard game of football. They had some good players too, and both sides moved the ball very well. But as you said, your boys just worked themselves into the game, and the further the game went on, they sort of answered when they come at them, and towards the last quarter there, they answered again. And at three-quarter time, then they did everything that they asked, and that's all you can ask of the boys. Yeah,
that's all you can ask. I think early on the game was a bit greasy and a bit of dew on the ground, so it was sort of impacting on our skills a bit. We were sort of, just missing targets, and it was slipping out of our hands. And I think we did have the edge against the opposition with skill, and it was just a matter of time before that would kick in. And I think towards the end, that was just starting to be shown, particularly by the boys you mentioned, Casey Million and BJ, highly gifted, highly talented, skilled players, really kicked into full gear, and a couple of the other boys that went real well, Joel Bennett, Corey Stanley, Lee, Lockie Cameron, and come on and showed us some really grit there. So all those boys were really good for us.
Anyway, okay, Mark, thanks for your time, and you enjoyed the win, and I'll catch up with you later on.
Thanks for that, Mark and Paul. Well, there's plenty of Colts action across today and tomorrow. Firstly, at the Queen's Park, the Geelong Amateurs host Anarchy, and I think I'm going to head off there right after we leave the studio, Dick.
You haven't finished your breakfast yet.
That's spot on. Anyways, Division 3, I think we'll talk about your side in a second. North Geelong, they're on top of the table by percentage. They're on top, of course, of Bannockburn, who will be hosted by East Geelong. Belmont Lions hosting Corio as well. And down in Division 4, two teams which are looking for their first win for the season. Winchelsea at 9 o'clock, so just a couple of minutes away to our Winchelsea viewers. They'll host Leopold 2, and Corio second side at 10 o'clock will host Bell Park second sides, rather. So best of luck to all the Colts boys. But Dick, finally, like I said, North Geelong's playing Sunday in the Colts, so the fans get to see 2 days worth of action.
Fantastic. It's a really great weekend of footy coming up, and it's an exciting time of the year as we get close to the halfway mark of the GDFL 2014 season. Alex will be back again next Saturday morning talking everything Colts footy. As we said at the start of the show, we have a very special guest on this morning, and he's the Vice President of the Belpost Hill Panthers, Tony Dawson. Good to have you back on again, mate. Let's find out a bit about the Tony Dawson story. You told me off air 8 years ago you came along to Belpost Hill. Where did you come from?
I was just actually playing Super Rules, and
you're not old enough, are you?
Yeah, unfortunately I am, Dick. No, the boys were short having under-18s coach, so I jumped in, helped out that year, and then I think I had a year off, and they asked me back to help out with the Rezzies. We were fortunate enough second year to win the flag, and then I've been involved with the club ever since, and now I'm helping Gurge. And it's sort of, we've got a whole heap of coaches, so we just all help each other out, and yeah.
Something we were speaking about that I know we've got a massive clash on this afternoon. I think everybody in Geelong and everybody associated with footy has been salivating for this replay of the grand final, and the fact that both clubs are basically, I think, 7-0 at the moment each, and haven't really looked like losing a game. It's going to be an absolute beauty. I guess you guys are pretty excited about it.
Yeah, we probably didn't expect to be where we are because we lost so many senior players last year, and a lot of kids have stepped up and a few new faces, and all fitted in really well. And probably, I suppose you expect to be 6-0, but to actually get there, it's a bit harder. So and now we're playing reigning premiers, and we're the underdogs for a change. So it's good. It should be a
You
great
lost
game.
a lot of players from the grand final side last year, and I guess you thought it was going to be a tough year for you. But gee, you managed to pick up some great players to replace like people like Jovanovic, for instance. He was a big loss, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, and but look, he didn't play a lot of footy. He was injured last year, and so we probably never saw the best of him. And then he's retired. But you know, we've got Pagey who missed last year with injuries and a lot of other stuff. So he stepped into role. Tari's got himself super fit, and he's playing good footy. And the new recruits have all Bobby McLeod, Daniel Welb, and even the big ruckman Wren have all stepped in nicely and playing good footy. So yeah.
Belpost Hill, undefeated at home, I think, last year. When was their last defeat at home?
2010, round 6 against Thompson.
So it goes to show you the boys really have that advantage entering those matches. Is it because of the supporters, or is it just, you know, the game plan?
I really don't know. It's not a thing we concentrate on. We just play footy. But we seem to play well up there. It suits us. It's not a real thing we worry about. It's just the way it's happened. Let's hope it continues.
Fingers crossed, absolutely.
I actually stuck my neck out, which I haven't got much of a neck to stick out these days, Tony, but I did say a good idea would have been to have played this game on a Sunday as a one-off fixture with everyone in Geelong able to come and see it. There's no GFL, no Ballerine. The AFL's not playing, of course. The Cats played on Thursday night. Would have been a ripper one-off game, I would have thought.
Oh, absolutely. We thought about it last year, doing something like that, and probably didn't follow up with the league. But yeah, I reckon it would have been a great idea for the league, and to generally sort of support GDFL. People get around and see the best two sides. So I think there was a game last year we all went to because there's no footy, and it's good to see other competitions play. So I think as a league we should all look at that in future maybe. So.
It's not a disadvantage. Belpost Hill, rather, have a fantastic spread. Now, me and Dick in recent weeks, we've said PJ DeSanto, Jackson McLeod could be contenders for the Whitley medal. Who, in your opinion, is leading the ranks at the Panthers right now?
Without giving too much, I reckon Caleb Basely's killing it. He's playing good footy. He's played on the ball this year. He's got himself super fit. I reckon he's playing as good as anyone. Dill Whitney, young Adrian Fantella's playing. We've just got all these new younger blokes that are mid-20s that probably haven't had a go on ball because we've had the Louisa Tobins, these sort of boys, and now they're getting their opportunity and they're taking it.
Thanks very much, Tony, and certainly it will be a great game this afternoon. We'll talk a bit more that later on, and I'm hopefully you'll stick around for the last segment and give us a few previews. You're not allowed to be biased, a bit like I'd probably be a little bit biased, but we'll see how we go, mate, anyway. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, as I said earlier, we've got Fano's fabulous footy flashbacks. It's the Belpost Hill North Geelong game back in the 90s, and I can tell you, folks, it was a pretty rough and tumble sort of a game. We don't condone violence. We just want you to see where we've come from to this day, how we've cleaned the game up a lot. But just letting you know, it can be a bit rough and tumble if they don't want to let the kids stay in the room to have a look at it. But it is worth watching. Don't you worry about that. We're going to take a short break. Back up.
We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.